Grace and peace. This is our midday meditation here. He that humbleth himself. The text is taken from Luke chapter 14, 8 to 11. That's the first section. When thou art biddest of any man to go to a wedding, sit down not in the ice room, lest a more honorable man than thou be biddest of him. And he that bade thee, and come and say, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when thou art biddest to go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou as worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. For whosoever exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. This is the first segment. Here you're understanding that when someone invites you out, the Bible mentioned wedding. But in the life now, maybe you're not wedding, but in a normal setting, even if you go to a church and you are in a position, take a seat. Not really at the back, but in the middle or somewhere, so that you're not being embarrassed by those who invites you. Let them be the one to come to you and say, oh, change that seat, come up a bit further. Don't make yourself pumped up with pride, and then at the ending of the day, you become embarrassed. In the Luke chapter 14 and verse 11 you understand that whosoever exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbled himself shall be exalted. I like to be humble. I like to be humble. I like to be me. I rather stay me, because God is the one that get all the exaltation. He's the one that I lift up high. In the chapter 18 of the said Luke, from 9 to 14, I read, and he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others. 2 men went into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a Republican, or let's say a publican. I don't know why I say Republican, but let's say publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I'm not as the other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even at this publican. You know, we have to watch the prayers that we pray. I've realized sometimes we pray that thinking that we are better than other persons. Even sometimes small mistakes that the other person makes. In their prayer life, in their walk, we take it and we accuse them. Watch the word that comes from our mouth. Watch what we pray. Be humble. Learn to be humble. And hear what this Pharisees continue praying. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possessed. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful unto me, a sinner. You hear what he prays? He smote upon his breast. He was conscious that he was not worthy to stand before the Adonai, was not worthy to stand before Yahweh, God. He bowed his head, he lowered his eyes, and he prayed. Be careful how you pray, because your words are not just mere words. Be careful the things that you uttered in your prayer, because they are the ones you are judged by. And those are the fate that you lifted up to be made whole by. In the 14th chapter of Luke, chapter 18, I tell you, this man went to his house justified rather than the other. For every man that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Beloved of God, I'm not here to scold you and bring you down. I'm here to encourage you and lift you up. If you want God to do things in your life, you got to learn to be humble. You got to learn to be subjective, subdued under his command. Don't pray against your enemy. No. Pray for the spirit that is in them to run away. Don't look at your neighbor as your enemy. That's wrong. Humble yourself before God. This is the Apostle once again from Zurich, Switzerland, at a midday meditation. God bless you.